And we're back. This is what, season 3. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I'm Aaron Wimsett. This is Sonny Young Graves. Fall season started this week. And got off to a good start. Everybody, for the most part, is paid up, and we're rocking. Let's get into it. Do you have any initial thoughts on the season before we get?
Shout out to my UH vet that commented on the championship one. Yes, I was off. I said 36 teams. We got 25. But this is the first time I've seen Bloomington to be the one to struggle to get the 4 games a night. So that's ugly. There you go. Started off backwards a little bit.
That is pretty ugly. Let's get into it. Here in Fridley, Blazers and Freeballers both got wins against Menace and Magic Johnson. They're both pretty good teams. If everybody doesn't remember, they played week 8 or week 9 here for the number 1 seed. Should we just schedule that for the last game again? Are they going to be fighting for the number 1 seed?
I would say let the schedule fall how it is. I see the Blazers no Marmol. That's going to make a difference. And right now, tonight I think they're Iron 5, so got to figure out who the rest of their roster is.
Also in Fridley, Lights Out is back. I think they actually started here, but
not Champlain.
But they're back. They got it's going to be fun to see how it works out, especially with Frederickson, and D'Angelo. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it works out. What are your thoughts? They get a win today. Your thoughts on them?
That's a Twan mixture, so it could be dangerous, but then it could blow up. So you don't know. They have the shooters, they have the bigs. It's just how are they going to mesh? Are they going to clash more than they're going to play together? We'll see how it comes together.
Probably the game of the night last night in Bloomington South. Miller Time beats an Iron 5 big smash. I didn't get to see the end, but I heard the end was pretty good. I think you were on the other court, so you didn't get to see the end. But anyways, Miller Time got a big win. I think last season they started off slow, so this is good for them.
Yeah, especially his revenge. Big Smash took them out first or Sweet 16 in playoffs. Held Austin Brown to had to be 15 or less. Had a rough game, and Big Smash went up big. Ended the half. I saw Glenn Fair knock down a 3 at the buzzer. Halftime they had the mojo going, and went up 12 to begin the second half, and coughed up the lead starting about 7 minutes left in the half, and couldn't hold on. A bad turnover at the end. Got Miller Time to lead. Saw Kyle barely miss a half quarter to win the game. So it was a close game. It's going to be interesting to see who Big Smash adds to fill up their bench.
You spoke of him shutting down Austin Brown, but he had 30 points last night. He's good, and like every season, when I watch him, he just kind of seems to be getting a little bit better. Is he a shoo-in for MVP, and is he one of your top 10 players in the league?
I wouldn't say he's a shoo-in for MVP because the people that we have voting have their favorites. Is it? That's because they gave up. They'll go back. But top 10 player, top 10 guard. I'll give him 1 or 2. He's top 10.
That's a good answer. On to the bad. This is kind of I thought it was pretty funny, but Gino Phelps, GM extraordinaire, for the season. He didn't want it out before the season, but hopefully he's not mad at me now that the season started. But instead of, I think he's going to switch his team to Bulls North or whatever. But while he was signing up, he wanted his team called Team Lifetime to throw people off. What are your thoughts on that?
It's funny because when the season ended, he told me that he was coming back to Fridley. Bulls were going to be in Fridley, St. Louis Park, taking the season off. And then I talked to him last night. He's like, "Oh no, we're not playing in Philly." And I'm like, so to hear this is like, why? What are you trying to surprise? Like, you walk in the gym, doesn't matter. You see Gino, you know it's the Bulls. So the shot factor's over before the game starts. So what's the difference? But I mean, did he have his normal Bulls players?
No, he's. I mean, I think he will come next week. But no, they. I mean, I think they won today, but no, they didn't. Not normal Bulls players. I mean, D'Angelo's on.
Yeah. So I mean, it may be a rough one. It may be it's fall. I know it's time for most of his players that coach basketball to get back into coaching. So it may be tough scrambling players. Maybe he didn't want to name it the Bulls without having his actual team. So.
And then on to the ugly. The Gorillas versus Uncle Drew's kids, or Uncle Drew's. I think it's Uncle Drew's kids.
Yeah.
Anyways, last night, I was like, I came down from upstairs doing stuff, and I'm like, this was like 27 to 25 or something, and there's like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh crap, we're way behind because it's not even halftime yet. But it was the second quarter. The Gorillas shot, I think the final score is 45 to 41. The Gorillas shot 33% from the field, and Uncle Drew's crew, or Uncle Drew's kids, shot 28%. So just poor shooting.
Yeah, it was rough. It was terrible basketball. The Gorillas had no point guard, so I was disappointed in Uncle Drew's kids to not press up. They had no ball handler, and they let them walk it up for all 44 minutes, and they only had 6 players. And I'm also disappointed. You name your team Uncle Drew's kids, and I didn't see one crossover. Like that's insulting. Like okay, you show up in a hoodie, but nobody got broke off. Like, but I mean, they took the loss. They couldn't figure the zone out. The Gorillas played a tough 2-3, solid defense. Offense was sucked, but their defense made up for it.
We missed something in the good, or the good game category. 5-5 versus Victorious Secret tonight. Get that one? Victorious Secret was up. I can't say it without saying Victoria. Victorious Secret was up probably by like 10 or 12. 5-5 comes all the way back. There's a few questionable calls down the stretch, but it's still tied. There's like 1.2 seconds left or something, I think. And it was Joel McComas who hit the three? Yeah, Joel McComas. I walk in the gym, and Joel McComas just knocks down a three. And he walks out, and everybody was wondering where the heck he was. But it's a good win for him.
I haven't seen Joel knock that down since St. Paul probably 3 years ago. So it's good to start off the season. Hopefully he's back in the gym, getting it going. And, I mean, they knock out 5-5 week 1. Hopefully that's a solid team to bring Fridley up.
Any final thoughts before we go?
I don't know. Magic Johnson's, we started off rough. Another ugly fact. Jay Moore, Hot Tub Tony says he retires. Celtics done. Franchise over. Do I believe it? I think he'll go one more season if the right players, like some original people, come back. Like probably Smolaric, Jim Colvin, something like that. But right now, Jay Moore, he says he's done. He's hanging him up. He's happy with his final game being 27-7. We're not going to mention who it was against and
look good.
People are on the floor, but he's happy with his 6 threes for his last game. So
we'll see. It'll be interesting. I think they come back in like 3 seasons. They'll come back. They'll do good in the playoffs. And then they'll have another season like last. But we'll see. That's it. We'll see you guys next week.